Today I will discuss about the common emitter transistor, use of common emitter transistor as a NOT gate. In the previous lecture, I have explained the use of common emitter transistor as um, um, current signal amplifier. But now we will discuss it common emitter transistor as a NOT gate. We know that common emitter transistor is representing by this symbol that is like a edge symbol. Okay, and there is a little bubble here, and that has one input. Okay, one input and one output. So if input is a 1, then output will be a 0 because it is inverted. Uh, if input is 0, then output will be a 1. So you may say that the truth table for this gate, that will be, if this is input and this is if this is input and this is output, then for this transistor, if input is a 1, then output will be a, if input is a 1, then output will be a 0. If input is I think I must write firstly, if input is 0, then output will be a 1. If input is a 1, then output will be a 0. Uh, Now I will explain how the common emitter base will behave, maybe perform as a uh, NOT gate. Firstly, I will, if there is uh, this is input signal, okay, entering into the NOT gate, then if this is input, I say that this input is A is input, okay, and this is 0 and this is 1, okay. Then what will be the output? As we know that output will be when this x, which is output, that will be a 1 when the input is 0, and when that is 1, then output will be a 0. Similarly, like this, that will be output. So this will be a output. Here is 0, here is a 1. So for this, if this is first pulse is input pulse, then output pulse will be like this. Now, like this, okay? Okay, now I will explain how the common emitter transistor will be work. Okay, as a common emitter transistor, we know that for common emitter transistor, uh, we know that the common emitter transistor is like this. Uh, the emitter will be a common for that may be a PNP, or that may be a PNP or NPN. Okay, so I think um, okay, this will be uh, move it downward. This is this will be a base. This will be collector. This will be a emitter. Okay, because this is a common emitter. This is resistance. You may put resistance here too. This is any resistance. So it will be a output, or you may say that this is output or a load resistance. Okay, this is our load. Uh, so what is the working as we know that will be IB. Okay, okay. When as we know that there are two junctions. Uh, this will be as we know that this will be input and this will be there will be here will be a output. Okay, as we know that there is a two junction. As we know that this will be a there that will be a BE, and this will be a JCB. Okay, so there will be a two junctions. Both one will be a reverse bias and one will be a forward bias. As we know that when IB is uh, as we know that when input uh, current, which is IB equal to 0. I think this color is maybe match with my hair color. IB is equal to IB equal to 0. When input current is 0, now firstly I start from yes. And then when IB is 0, mean I say that this is when it is connected this. Okay, mean this 0 volt and this is a 5 volt. So when this here is a uh, 0 volt. Okay, here is a 0 volt and above is a 5 volt. Okay, so above is a 5. So when IB is connected with 0, then when IB is 0, uh, so when input current IB is 0, as I have already explained, when I have already explained in my previous lecture, as the output characteristic of common base transistor and as well as in common emitter transistor, when input current will be a 0 or less than 0, then JCB mean in JCB, then output, then uh, as I have already discussed in the common base transistor, in the case of as I have already discussed in the case of uh, in the lecture related to the output characteristic of common base transistor, as well as in the output characteristic of common emitter transistor. For both cases, the when input current is less than 0 or IB is 0, when input current is 0, in the case of common base transistor, that will be in the case of the common base that will be emitter current, but in the case of uh, In our case, which is common emitter transistor, that will be a input current will be IB. When input current is zero, then the input junction, then the junction that is then the junction JBE uh, uh, will be reverse bias. And we know that, and we know both uh, J JCB and JBE will be reverse bias. So transistor will be open or switched off mode. So in this case, no current will be flow from. So this implies that so so in this case, no current will flow to transistor. So when no current will be flow from transistor, when JBE is when that will be open, then it mean this. So then this mean this transistor will be equal for green. I must my right. Then in this case, when this voltage is zero, mean input is connected input of the transistor is connected with the zero, then no current will be behave like, and so this will be so all current will be passed through. In this case, all current will be passed through the, because it is at 5 volt, so all current will be passed through the load RL, and output will be a 1 when input is when IB is a 0, because the transistor this transistor will be behave like a open. C common emitter. So common emitter transistor behave like a open switch. So all current will flow through the uh, with the load. Uh, this is 0 volt. So now I will consider the case two. For for case sorry for case two, when now we consider the case two. For case two, we consider when I think this color. Uh, when yes, for case two, we consider when input current IB is equal to is connected IB is not equal to 0. Okay, when IB is not 0, uh, and when base is when we connect the base with the 5 volt. Okay, so if I think if I remove this resistance, then that will be a more better. Okay, I must remove this. I don't need this resistance. Okay. Mm, okay, if IB is connected with the 5 volt. Okay, base is when this is a base. Okay, when base is base is connected. This is IB current. Okay, when this is a base. Okay, okay. So when base is connected and B is when base of when base of common emitter transistor is connected with the plus 5 volt. Okay, then as when base is connected with the plus 5 volt, then we know that if we are considering the NPN transistor, that is true for both transistor. Okay, if I considering that is an PN transistor. Okay, this is a base. Okay, when base is plus 5 volt. Okay, when base is connected with the plus 5 volt and both is connected with the R. Okay, when base is connected with the plus 5 volt, this is when base is connected with the plus 5 volt, uh, then uh, this is P part, this is N part, this is P part, this is N part. For yeah, this is a about NPN transistor. Okay, when input characteristic when input current IB is not equal to 0 and base of common emitter transistor is connected with the plus 5 volt, then P become a as we know that this is a yes, this is a JCB, JCB, and this is a J. This is a base. Okay, this will be a BE. Mm, why the confusion? I must change. This will be J. Uh, uh, CB, and this will be a JBE. Okay. So base is connected with the positive both. So as base is connected, but here the since uh, for JCB or JCB CB. P P part is more positive of base, more positive than N part of common base diode. So this diode will be a forward bias, and this will be also because this is also P is connect. Part of common base is then N part of the common base diode because N part is receiving voltage after dropping uh, from from res, uh, resistance or okay. So this will be a less. This will be a less positive because uh, the N part of this will be a less positive because the voltage the N part is receiving the voltage when after dropping from this. But P part, that base part, is a more positive because it is connecting with the base. Okay, it is connected with directly with the 5 volts. So then when input current GB is not equal and base of COT is connected with 5 volts, since for JCB P part is more positive than N part of common base diode because N part is receiving voltage after dropping from the resistance R. So this implies that this implies that this implies that JCB will be forward bias. Uh, similarly, similarly, for diode, uh, for junction JBE, where B is plus 5 volt and E is 0 volt. So it will be also forward bias. So both will be a forward bias. So in this case, this is also forward bias, and this is also a forward bias. I have explained the reason. Since so okay, so since si- sorry, since since J JCB and JBE will be forward bias. Both are a forward bias. This implies that a common emitter transistor will act in saturated region, not active, not cut off, but it will be in a saturated mode. So it will be mm, in a saturated mode. Yeah, you must remember that will be in a saturated mode. So when it will be in a saturated mode, so when sorry, so when it will be in a saturated mode, so so when the transistor will be in saturated mode, so CET will act as shortcut for current, for flow of current. So all current will flow from transistor, from transist. This implies that output, so no current will flow from load, and output will be a, so output will be a zero for this case. Mm. So output will be a zero for this case. For this case, output will be a, so for case one, no current will be flow. The output will be a output is one. Output is one, but for this case, output is zero. So if I draw the circuit, I must I think I must draw the current will pass through the current will pass through the load for the resistance, then the transistor in this case. So current will be start to flow from this, not from the if I consider that no current will be flow from the load will be a zero. So output will be a zero for this. Okay, so that will be a two case. One in when input is zero, I is when when a is input is zero, uh, output input is zero, output will be one. When input is one, then output will be zero. So that is like if the sugar input is zero, then output will be one. When input is uh, and this is also connected with the I must write. This is also connected with 5 1. Okay, so when input is connected with the 5 volt, input is 1, output will be 0. When input is 0, then output will be 1. Okay, this is uh, all about the current common emitter transistor. Okay, so you may understand it. If you have any question, any confusions, uh, please put your questions in the comment box. I will. It will be our pleasure to answer your question, and uh, subscribe the channel for encourage us to upload latest videos regarding this such kind of the lectures. Thank you very much.